On 2K Sports. And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. And for the 76ers, they've got Edwards. Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Maxey. You know, Greg, so often we talk about depth, but how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce and really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Edwards with the screen for George. And the three ball is good. George has got the first points up on the board here for the 76ers. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a three-point game. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Outside, White. 4 on the shot clock. Austin needs to get off a shot. Tatum with another miss. Philadelphia's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. George finds Maxey. Back to George. And they double up Maxey. George passes to Embiid. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
3 seconds. Sixers ball.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And don't sleep on Maxey's vertical. He's great at using it to hammer those down.
Tatum kicks to Holiday. Back to Tatum. Brown with the screen on Oubre. Brown against Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Brown the pass to Tatum. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy's determined to finish.
Here's Holiday. 76ers getting the bucket. Tatum with it. Now defended by Oubre. Tatum kicks to Brown.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Pass to Embiid. Back to Maxey. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first. Porzingis against Embiid. Shoots from the corner. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. D.A., we thank you for that. Now, here's Maxey. The three from George. The 76ers with another miss. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Tatum looking around. On the wing, Brown. The kick out to Tatum. Lock at 6. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Tatum.
And bringing the aggression and the energy. Two things you like to see from Porzingis.
Oubre, a screen on Holiday. Oubre outside. Drains the three-pointer. Oubre's got 5 now. Holiday with the 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. 76. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, that is a great finish. Oh my gosh.
How about Tatum there using his muscle, easily absorbing the contact and still able to knock down the shot.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
Here's Holiday, pass to Porzingis. And again, it's Boston converting.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Great positioning and timing by Brown, using his athleticism to come away with the rejection.
Edwards with the block. They recover it. Shot clock at 6. White dishes to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside Holiday. Paul George grabs the miss. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Good on the triple.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
Holiday, the pass to Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Brown's got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics. Fires the 3. The shot by George, no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Brown wide open. He fires. It's good from about 19 feet. 7 points for Jaylen Brown.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
For 3, Oubre. And that one is off. Celtics leading by 3. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Holiday. And that one is good. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
To the paint. The kick out to Brown. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
1:58 left to play in the first half. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Team foul.
It's George on the wing. White covering. George sets a screen for Oubre. Back to George. From the arc. Sinks the triple. George has got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
And this offense relies on George's range to space the floor, and he is one of the best at it.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's White. Pass to Porzingis. Back to White. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Now Porzingis. The kick out to Holiday. Clock at 4. From deep.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Maxey with the screen on Tatum. White against Maxey. Another three for Philadelphia.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Brown with the screen on Oubre. Here's Tatum. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Nobody near George. Another three for Philadelphia.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
And White with the stuff.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Tatum's shot is off.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
And here's George for three. That's in. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. They get a hand on it. Oubre with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Three-pointer. And there's Paul George on the assist by Oubre. And now it's a 10.76ers lead. That'll do it for the first half. 76ers lead by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
On the court for the Celtics, they've got Horford, and it's Cornette in at the 5. Hauser. Banked in off the glass. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
You know, you and I agree. They do, David. Thank you very much. Lowry from outside. A rebound by the Celtics.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Fellas got some pogo stick hops
right there. I mean, the power to go along with it.
Yeah, it's never gentle. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Nailed from three-point land. And now a 9-point 76ers lead. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Cornette. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And now it's Lowry running. Here we go. All the way if he can. Pass to Walker. Takes the three. Good work defensively by Horford. Celtics trail by 9. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pritchard passes to Hauser. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Fires for three. Three-pointer. Drummond. Here's Bona. Craig defending. For three. They grab their own miss. Here's Bona. No scoring in this one. 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Walker. Lowry's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
1:56 left in the third quarter. Pritchard passes to Horford.
76ers foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
That free throw missing.
For the Celtics, Al Horford. 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you got to hit back.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
And Walker kicks to Lowry. Corner shot. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. 1:03 left in the third quarter. Celtics trail by 13. Here's Hauser. Got a piece of it. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Back to Craig. There's a screen. Pass to Hauser. And now the 76ers on the break. And here's Walker outside. Rebounded by Hauser. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's Pritchard. Puts up a deep three. That one doesn't go. And so it's Philadelphia riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Lowry. He's out there with Walker. And it's McCain in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. White with it. Now defended by Oubre. Porzingis with a screen on Maxey. The 3 from Tatum. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Round down low, defended by George. Porzingis passes to Holiday. Outside Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Embiid. Here's Tatum. It's hauled in by Edwards. Philadelphia leading by 15. Pass to George. There's the triple. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Holiday has it in the corner. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Philadelphia shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And George kicks to Embiid. Launches it. The 76ers with another miss. Celtics trail by 15. Brown dishes to Tatum. The flush by Tatum.
Tatum good for at least 1 highlight finish a night. This guy is box office.
Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Brown kicks to Holiday. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Muscling through contact. Holiday has the strength and body control to do it.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
George against White. The shot by George, no good. Embiid with the steal. Pass to George. From downtown, shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about
but
now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Maxey passes to George. Just 4 to shoot. Puts up a 3. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Oubre on the wing. Headed by Porzingis. Pass to George. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the 76ers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
A wide open look here for Porzingis. That 3 off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside Edwards. Holiday against George. And that one drops for him.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Jacks up a three. Porzingis with the rebound. And here comes White, leading the fast break. And here they go. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kelly Oubre.
The textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
George looking over the floor. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Thanks so much, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David.
2K Sports. Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. And for the 76ers, we've got Paul George. Andre Drummond is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Maxey in at the point guard position. And the highlight of this game could be the matchup at the 5 spot, Clark.
You know, Brian, we've seen strong play at the center position these last few years, and we've got 2 bigs who can each take over a game, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them square off.
Here's Antetokounmpo. They grab their own miss. Lopez goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
Maxey against Lillard. Oh, stolen by Lillard. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
It's stolen by Maxey.
You know, the pump fake is a good move unless you don't protect the ball. If you expose it and the defense is ready for it, it's ripe for a steal.
Now here's Maxey. Outside Oubre. Pass to George. And it's all from 3-point range.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Well, Clark, we all continue to be amazed by Giannis. What do you like most about his game?
I just think his passion and energy and relentless effort, he gives it to you every time he steps between the line. You get the sense he's not taking any plays off, and he's trying his very best, and that's an endearing quality and something I've really admired about his game throughout his career.
5 to shoot. George, no good. For Milwaukee, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Trent, the pass to Lopez. There's the drive. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Okay, that's how you stop a dunk. The defender brings the interference in a big way.
This one for 3. Hits the 3-pointer.
It's a big part of George's game, the 3-point shot, and for good reason. I mean, he's a sniper out there.
Trent with a screen on Maxey. Lillard passes to Trent. The shake. Crafty move. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. He's not there.
Now here's Maxey. 5 points in the game. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. In transition, here come the Bucks. Trent from long range. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Good feed that time from Lillard. He knows his teammates rely on him to find them just like that.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Here's Prince. After the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. No good with the triple. And grant the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have
have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Trent on the wing. Pass to Prince. Ooh, poked away. Lays it up and banks it in.
You know, once Prince gets good inside positioning, he's going to work.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. Maxey attacking. His first miss. 3 for 4 in this contest now. And here we go again. The Bucks on the break. Lillard, a screen on Oubre. Here's Trent. And it's Milwaukee scoring again.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
George passes to Maxey. Rebounded by Lopez. The Bucks leading by 3. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Prince. Lets it go from deep. Here's Antetokounmpo. Uses the glass on the layup.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Maxey passes to George. From behind the arc. Not going to go that time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Milwaukee out in front, up by 5. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stat-wise?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
On the court right now for the Bucks, Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez, and it's Prince in at the small forward position.
Maxey makes things happen with his hard work and determination as a scorer.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Giannis to the cup. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
I tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the score by Milwaukee.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Now here's George from downtown. Sinks it. Now 2 of 7 on the night.
I think one of Paul George's best shots is his pull-up jump shot. He's been destroying defenses for years with that mid-range pull-up.
George against Prince. There's the triple. Rebound by Philadelphia. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Embiid from outside. Rebounded by Trent. And so Prince will bring it up for the Bucks. They lead by 4. Milwaukee, no good that time either. George against Prince. From outside the arc. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds in the game. And Tyrese. Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's his 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Prince. With the drive, hits it. Now 2 of 6 from the field. Well, Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit, and that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing.
Now here's George. He's got 9. That ties it up. Maxey's got 6 here in the quarter.
Tyrese Maxey, a really talented and explosive scorer. He can fill it up in a hurry.
Prince can't hit.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
George's shot is off. The Bucks have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. It's stolen by Maxey. And now the Sixers on the break. Pushing it up now. The shot by Drummond, no good. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Here's Trent. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Trent's got 9.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, look out! Giannis, unbelievable!
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Here's George. He's got 9. Shot clock at 6. Takes it inside. Oh, and the dunk by George!
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Now here's Lillard. Here's Trent. Pass to Prince. Here's Lillard. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul.
And here's Milwaukee now. For 3, here's Lillard. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. The 76ers have gone just 5 of 12 here in the second quarter. George against Prince. Outside Maxey. Embiid a screen on Lillard. Maxey passes to Embiid. Buried from outside.
Under NBA rules. There will be a 2-minute review to the play.
We're not going to halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
And, of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus is providing the officials with the necessary footage to make the call. We're seeing what they're seeing with the best possible angles.
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you in
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half. After a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Kyle Lowry. And it's Edwards in at the small forward position. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half.
Does not shoot many from out there, but Portis makes them at a decent clip.
And Clark, Bobby Portis has really become a fan favorite around the league.
He sure has. He's one of my favorites. I mean, everybody loves Bobby Buckets, and I think it's because he's got a blue-collar style and mentality. He's not a guy that was super highly touted coming into the league. And he brings great energy, passion, and tenacity, and he produces.
Here's Sims outside for Porter. Outside, Green. 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the lay-in. Green's gotten his first points in this one.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Here's Lowry. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Lowry is a fearless scorer despite his lack of size, and he's never one to back away from the trees inside.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Porter. Milwaukee on D. It's a three-point game. Outside Edwards. Porter against Lowry. The kick out to Edwards. Clock at 6. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Here's Jackson. And that comes off the assist by Green. And the Bucks lead by 5. For Philadelphia, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Here's Lowry. He gets it in there. Lowry's got 6.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Here's Sims outside for Green. On the take. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Green's gotten 4 this quarter. And so Lowry will bring it up for the 76ers. Trailing by 5. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Porter looks it over. Lets the 3 fly. On target from range.
Always a ready and eager three-point shooter. That last 3 only gave Porter Jr. more motivation.
Here's Lowry. Count it, and the foul. It's on Kevin Porter, and here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People were worried that this would slow the action down.
At the line for 1.
Smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
You can just see and feel the passion behind the play of Kyle Lowry. It's like he's always got something to prove every time he's out there, and that energy is contagious. It spreads to his guys as well.
Jackson attacking, and McCain pulls it down. The 76ers have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Here's Edwards, and Edwards slams it in.
So sick. quick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Porter's shot is off.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
They get it back. Pass to Edwards. Here's Yabusele. Edwards looking for an opening. Just 4 to shoot. Going inside. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Almost converts despite the contact.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
2 shots. He's off on the second.
I'm sure he wanted to hit all his free throws, but at least he gave his team the lead.
Here's McCain, defended by Jackson. Pass to Edwards. For the lead. Out to the right wing. And here's Lowry from the arc. The rebound by Sims. Milwaukee in the lead. Jackson outside. Inside. And then Portis with the dunk.
The slam from Portis, impressive. Using that size around the rack.
Here's Lowry. He's guarded by Porter. Edwards for 3. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. The Bucks. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. And it's Prince in at the 3. George against Trent. Embiid passes to George. Back to Embiid. Pass to George. Lets a floater go. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Prince, the pass to Trent. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. 3-pointer. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Prince against George. Pass to Maxey. Philadelphia with another miss.
Impressive closeout on a skilled shooter. That is how you defend shots from downtown.
You know, one of the things the team has confidence with Prince in is finishing on the break.
76ers trail by 5. Embiid passes to Maxey. The 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. And here's Lillard. Giannis with a ferocious take.
It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor, covering up so much ground with those long strides.
George feels it out a bit. 4-3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
The dive for the ball. And the ball out of play. The Sixers will have it.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection. But you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
And Maxey's got the ball here for Philadelphia. 4-point game. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's George, and the jam by George.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Paul George pulls down the board. Philadelphia has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Oubre can't hit. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Antetokounmpo up top. Giannis with the jam.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Maxey passes to George. And out of bounds, Milwaukee will have it.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
A minute 39 left in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo with it. Lillard outside. And here's Lopez from the arc. Rebound by Philadelphia. Now Embiid. Drummond passes to Embiid. Pass to Oubre. Pulls it from the corner. And George with the basket on the assist by Oubre. George has got 7 now in this quarter. Lillard against Maxey. Let's watch Dame here. Yeah!
Boy, just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
The 76ers have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. And he buries it. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
When you look at the length.
And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to... This could be a big call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look. So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Now Philadelphia with it.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
It's not over yet.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. For 3, Maxey. No good. George against Prince. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks, pulling it out for the W. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about it.
Just a
Live on 2K Sport. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. And for the Celtics, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Brown in at the small forward. Here's Porzingis. Holiday against Trent. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love. But what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin. But Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor.
And Holiday throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
And the basket by Lillard.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Tatum looking around. Pass to Holiday. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Takes a 3. The 3. Lopez grabs the board. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Trent with the wide open look. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Tremendous vision on the part of Lillard. Just trying to lead this team.
The kick out to Holiday. Tatum with the screen on Trent. Here's Holiday. And he finishes nicely on the way. Holiday's got 6.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
Reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. And stolen by Prince. Trent, right side. Lillard outside. A three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 3. Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 in the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Now here is Holiday after Taurean Prince's miss. Porzingis passes to Tatum. Lopez with the steal. Prince with it. He's picked up by White. Here's Lopez. Bucks passing it around. Here's Antetokounmpo. Tipped away. Trent outside. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Prince. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Lillard from outside. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And so White will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 3. 1:04 left here in the first quarter. Yep, it counts.
A great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo slamming it down there, using his sensational will to finish with the flush.
Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 8 points.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Now here's Lillard. Prince. 6 on the shot clock. Lets a floater go, and the basket by Lillard. 6 points for him.
And just putting his entire offensive imagination on full display. What a smooth release from Lillard.
The 3 from Tatum. The rebound by Brook Lopez. Goes up on the wing. The shot comes out.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. Go try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on all the ball handlers, getting into the passing lanes and showing great anticipation.
The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. That's the Boston 5. Now here is Holiday. It's hauled in by Trent. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Richard, how do you think the game has changed since you retired?
Well, the jump shooting teams have had more success. I think the game has changed, and it allows for more Europeans. It allows for it to be more of a global game. The less physical, the more inclusive.
Antetokounmpo converts inside.
And maybe the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
And White kicks to Holiday. Back to White. Tatum setting the pick for White. 6 to shoot. Off target from outside. Bucks leading by 7. Pass to Prince. Now Porzingis. Still without a basket. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Richard, when you talk about Jaylen Brown, many scouts felt he'd never be a #1 level option offensively. But he's proven some people wrong.
Kevin, many scouts have been wrong many times. The question has been answered. He wasn't a great shooter when he first came into the league, and his ball handling also needed to improve. But now, both of those are strengths in his game.
Here's Giannis after Jrue Holiday score. Here's Giannis. Oh, it's a Antetokounmpo! Explosive on the drive.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight. Just unreal.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Lopez, a screen on Tatum. Antetokounmpo kicks to Lopez. Just 5 on the clock. Lillard from outside. The rebound by the Celtics.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
The flush by Tatum.
Tatum just has too much bounce right there. You gotta be careful. You're trying to stop that.
Giannis dishes to Lopez. Stolen by Holiday. Outside Tatum. Trent against White, and Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:31 left in the first half of basketball. Puts it up. Tatum down low. Covered by Lillard. And the clock connects from three-point range. And now just a 2-point Bucks lead.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Giannis a screen on Brown. And taken away by Brown. It's White on the wing. Defended by Trent. White the pass to Tatum. Back to White. Pass to Holiday. Clock at 6. There's the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J. And at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
Now here's Giannis. 12 points for him. Lopez sets a screen for Giannis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Good on the second free throw.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Trent outside. Here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Giannis sets a screen for Lillard. Floats it up for... Oh, Giannis up high and down hard.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
He has been aggressive, getting into the painted areas seemingly at will and wreaking absolute havoc on the defense.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, we've got Green. Jackson is out there with Kevin Porter. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Sims in at the center, locking down the middle.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Green inside the three-point line. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Beyond the arc. That shot is off.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Craig against Jackson. Craig passes to Horford. Craig with it. He has yet to score. 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Bucks leading by 7. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
Milwaukee ball.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Porter looking it over. It's good from long range. Porter's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bucks.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
Here's Pritchard. Cornette. Pritchard passes to Cornette. The teardrop falls in.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Porter, here we go. There's Green with the three. Ball stolen. Inside. And finished off by Horford.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
There's Portis. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Horford. Celtics trail by 6. Stolen by Jackson. And here's the break. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. Portis can't get it to go. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Pass to Cornette. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And again, the Bucks miss. Celtics have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Here's Pritchard. Sims with the rebound.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Jackson setting the pick here for Green. For Craig. And the Bucks miss again.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
Horford with it. Sims there. He gets it in there. Horford's got 4 points in the quarter.
And inside the paint really is where Horford goes to work. Still athletic enough and really makes it look easy.
And finished off by Porter.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
And he converts the layup. Pritchard's got his first points of the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Outside, Porter. Jackson against Craig. 6 on the shot clock. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Here's Holiday. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we've reached the end of the third. Bucks lead by 5. And we'll have the... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. And the foul called on Porzingis. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Yeah, Lillard has those ups. He can get to the rim when he wants to.
Fires from deep. Porzingis can't hit. Bucks leading by 5. Down low. And Prince with the jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And that one's good. Lillard.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Tatum down low. Antetokounmpo's there. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Tatum. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Lillard against Holiday. Tries it from the top of the key. Rebound Boston. Outside Tatum. It's tipped. Outside Holiday. Back to Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. And there's the drive. And Holiday throws it down.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Prince. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 5-point game. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul.
First team foul. At the line for the Celtics.
Now, where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Rebounded by the Bucks.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Here's Trent. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And the Bucks lead by 7. Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter of this one. The Bucks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. Pretty nice efficiency there.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Antetokounmpo against Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. And he makes good on the way up.
A very athletic play by Brown, getting the ball inside and working his way to a high percentage shot.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Lillard scanning the floor. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics shooting at 50% in a decent groove. White wide open. He fires. And now they trail by just 4.
And defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Trent, a screen on Howard. And Lillard gets it to go.
This team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
Here's Tatum.
I do not care what kind of game he is having. In these moments, Tatum is just different.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. Here's Giannis. And And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Derek White, first personal foul, second team foul.
And so the Bucks take the win. A narrow win under difficult circuit. Thank you for that, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up with Hall of Famers. Grant Hill and Dor. Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. They've got Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Paul George. Then there's Edwards, and it's Oubre in at the 4. And for the Celtics, the 2 J's, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. And Doris, with how these teams like to get out and run, we should see a lot of transition tonight.
We should, and it always makes for exciting basketball. But more importantly, these are teams that create easy buckets. Everything in basketball cannot be a grind. That's why these 2 teams are fun to watch.
Edwards against Brown. George for 3. Nails it from 3.
You've got to be in Paul George's shooting space in order to make him uncomfortable. You give him anything easy, look out.
Tatum with a screen. Here's Holiday. And George with some nice D.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Oubre with it. Pass to Edwards. Maxey with a screen on Brown. 6 to shoot. Edwards, the pass to George. Fires the 3. Can't hit that one. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
3-pointer Embiid. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And we know Embiid has this kind of touch from deep. Nice triple.
It's stolen by Maxey. Outside Oubre. Outside Edwards. George outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Maxey. The shot misses. Nice D from Tatum. For Boston, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
Poke loose. George outside. Pass to Embiid. Maxey with a screen on Porzingis. Embiid misses. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 1, and the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul of the game. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Holiday against George. Pass to White.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Holiday finds White. Back to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tatum passes to Brown. Over Edwards. And Brown, the bucket on the assist from Tatum.
Yeah, Brown makes himself the best option in the pick and roll there. That's beautifully done.
Doris, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top arm ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all.
The Celtics have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, he voiced how crucial it is to make sure that his defense doesn't allow him any breathing room. He told me, quote, Maxey can get hot in a hurry, so we can't afford to give him open looks. And with his speed, we definitely want to limit his opportunities in the open court. We'll see if the defense can slow his pace, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Yep, that one goes.
That's an excellent decision. Playing in the pick and roll, just understanding where the windows are, delivers it right in the pocket.
George, a screen on White. For 3, Maxey nails it from beyond the arc.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Tatum. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
23 seconds left in the first. Oubre against Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Oubre. Here's Tatum. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Now there's a mix of strength and agility that Jason Tatum is taking advantage of. Nice work in there.
George, a screen on White. George outside. Here's Maxey. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Maxey's got 5 points.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Tatum passes to White. Tatum, a screen on Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer. And it's Tatum missing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Over to the wing. Porzingis passes to White. Porzingis with a screen on Maxey. They kick it out to Porzingis. Off target from 3-point range. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Brown against Maxey. Back to George. From the arc. Oubre. Boston pulls it in. Now White. Pass to Porzingis. Back to White. From deep. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
It's good. Embiid gives it to him.
Without missing a beat, Embiid gets the shot up, and that's the work of an assertive offensive player.
Tatum from long range. Joel Embiid pulls it down. Philadelphia leading by 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental's not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Now Brown.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Can they get it? Oh, look out! JB throwing it down.
Look out below. Jaylen Brown off his feet in a hurry.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Outside Oubre. There's a screen. Pass to George. And stolen by Holiday. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And then Tatum slams it in.
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
Maxey passes to George. And another miss by Philadelphia.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or to get it to an open teammate.
And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his 3rd foul so far.
3rd personal foul. 1st team foul.
Left side White. Just 5 to shoot. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rising fire from 3-point, and it is on target.
Maxey against White. The 3. George gets the 3 ball to go. George has got 6.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Yeah, in the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Edwards finds George. Off target with the 3. Fires away from way outside. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Boston out in front. They're up. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the 3rd quarter here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And the 76ers, looking at who they've got. We've got Walker. He's out there with Kyle Lowry. And it's Bona in at the 4 slot. Walker for 3. And the 3-pointer goes. Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Boston trailing. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, B.A., if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Boy, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
And here's Lowry from the arc. Sinks the tray.
End to end, Kyle Lowry making an impact.
Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Pritchard. And no good. The dry spell continues. Pass to Lowry. Back to Walker. To the left wing. Lowry surveys the D. Fires for 3. And the 76ers another 3.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Lowry outside. And he's going for the oop here. Hammers the lob through.
A maestro running the two-man game. Now Lowry with textbook guard play there.
Pass to Horford. And Lonnie Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Pritchard gets it to go.
Oh, the defense has to stay attached to him on the perimeter.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They've led by as much as 10. Walker sets a screen.
2 minutes.
1:57 left in the third quarter. Pass to McCain. Here's Bonner. Takes the 3. Philadelphia, the rebound. Outside Walker. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in. 1:31 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Pritchard, no good. Philadelphia leading by 6. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Craig with a screen on Lowry. Pritchard, the pass to Craig. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Pass to McCain. Here's Bonner. Puts one up from 19. And Craig pulls it down. Celtics trail by 7. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Pritchard. Three-pointer off the mark. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. Pass to McCain. Lowry left side. From deep. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Hey, 3 points is better than 2. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Pass to Tatum. Knocks it loose. Back to Holiday. Tries to keep it alive. Stolen by Lowry. Walker with it. Guarded now by Holiday. Here's Bona. Back to Walker. Now here's Lowry. The three is up. Pure from three-point range. Lowry's got 12 points here in the second half. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the 76ers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
And the 76ers going with a whole new group out there. Just 5 on the clock. Tatum from long range. The rebound by Embiid. Philadelphia leading by 10. Maxey with a screen on Holiday. Outside Maxey. Outside Oubre. And a miss there on the triple. Well, the Celtics shooting 47% in this one. Looking efficient. Kick out to Brown. Fires from deep. Bullseye! Jaylen Brown!
The high-value three-point opportunity for Jaylen Brown. This guy's a threat from anywhere.
Embiid, a screen on Holiday. Pass to Embiid. Launches a three. Knocks down the triple. And the 76ers lead by 10.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Over to the left wing. Three-pointer Embiid. Oh, Embiid hits from outside.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Back to Porzingis. White looking it over. Shoots over Maxey. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Maxey. Embiid with it. The three is up. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
To the inside. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Tyrese Maxey.
You know, one thing you got to love about Jrue Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
Maxey against Holiday. And here's Oubre from the arc. Boston with a rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Gentlemen, that is about excellent concentration from Derek White. You play through the foul. Now you get the old-fashioned three-point opportunity.
We've got 1:28 left in the final quarter. Back to Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Takes a three. Boston with a rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
At the line for your Celtics.
Good on the first. And that shrinks the margin to just 4.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like. Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
George outside, puts up a 3, connects from downtown. And the 76ers lead by 6.
This dude is nails in the clutch. You want your best shot at winning at the end, give the ball to PG.
The shot by Holiday, no good. So it's Philadelphia now. George with it, now guarded by White. George passes to Edwards, back to George. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
George outside. Oubre on the wing. Pounded by Tatum. Clock at 6. For 3, George. Porzingis grabs the board. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. 6-point game. Again, the miss by Boston. And stolen by Holiday. And here's George. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. There's 6 seconds left in the final quarter. Tatum. Again, the miss by Boston. Off the mark. And so it's Philadelphia with the W. They played the villain tonight. And they played. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2.
the visiting.
What a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Paul George. And it's Maxey in at the 1. Lopez after the missed 3 from Joel Embiid. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist from Prince.
Just so smooth inside. Lopez, a gifted finisher as a big.
George with the screen on Lillard. Here's Maxey. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. George sets a screen for Maxey. And George now top of the key. Lillard against Maxey. Back to George. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Maxey. Here's the 3. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Hey, Brett, where would you rank the Lopez brothers as the best NBA siblings?
Well, they've had storied careers, both of them. Certainly in terms of the argument about the best twins to ever play the game, you could make an argument for them. You had, of course, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale in the 60s, Horace and Harvey Grant in the 90s. But what the Lopez brothers have been able to do, not in terms of their longevity, but in terms of their contribution to their teams, both very different. These guys have to be up there.
And that one's good, Lillard.
And what a burst from Damian Lillard that time, just seeing that gap and getting ahead of the defense.
George with the screen on Trent. Lets it go with the 3. George, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Shoots. Maxey, no good.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Trent goes in. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Maxey. George, that's a 2-pointer. He drains the turnaround jump shot.
That's a reliable offensive option right there. Shooting with consistency as Paul George can get you from a number of spots.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. And here is Antetokounmpo after Paul George getting his 3 to go.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Now here's Embiid. Scoreless thus far. They get it again. Drummond. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
A minute 20 left in the first quarter. And that one's good, George.
And George, a volume three-point shooter. He possesses outstanding confidence and leans into that perimeter game.
Brent, for about a decade, the Bucks have virtually been a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah, you think about Giannis being drafted in 2013, and absolutely nobody saw what was coming with him. They missed the playoffs in his first and his third year, and then all of a sudden, Giannis fully arrived. He's developed into a star, not just a star, but a superstar, and these guys have been contenders ever since.
Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 11.
Yeah, you want those 3 points back? Give it to Paul George.
Lillard against Maxey. With some arc, and the layup good by Lillard. He has 7.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Outside, Maxey. And George kicks to Maxey. Oubre sets the screen for Maxey. Shot clock at 5. Misses the 3. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Trent. No good. Good D by Embiid. Here's Oubre. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Tie game in Milwaukee. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
You don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Oubre. And it's Maxey in at the point. Outside, Maxey. Back to George. His three-pointers off the mark. Milwaukee in the lead. Trent outside. The 3. Lopez with the ball. Now defended by Oubre. Prince against George. Embiid with the screen on Trent. Maxey into the lane. Up top, Embiid. The tray. Great touch from 3 from Embiid.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Driving inside. Rebound, Andre Drummond.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
Embiid finds Drummond. Here's George. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And George has been assertive in this one, shouldering the load offensively.
Pass to Trent. And here is Prince. Fires the 3. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Maxey. A 3-ball. Another 3 for Philadelphia. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference, you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
Embiid inside the line. And the dunk by Embiid.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Sixers.
Drummond with a screen on Lillard. Maxey against Lillard. 1:49 left in the first half of the game. Maxey passes to George. From deep three-point land. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Lillard against Maxey. Oubre with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Maxey no good. Bucks trail by 6. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Maxey no good.
Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Lillard surveying the D. Wow, Giannis with a strong finish inside.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Outside, Maxey. 16 seconds left now here in the second. The 76ers with another miss. Lillard, the pass to Giannis. Back to Lillard. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. Beyond the arc. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. 76ers ahead. They lead by a bucket. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
For the half-court shot, give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Portis is out there with Green. Then it's Porter. And there's Jackson. And it's Sims in at the center, filling out the middle. Paul George with the steal. Got a piece of it. Dives for it. And another turnover here by Philadelphia. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Porter with it. Outside Portis. For the lead. Walker with the rebound. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Philadelphia. Outside Lowry. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Portis. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back.
And Portis knows this system well. Try to make the good to great pass.
76ers trailing. Walker is screen on Porter. Lowry kicks to Walker. Here he goes. Lays it up and banks it in.
That play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Lowry against Porter. They kick it out to Green. Fires from deep. And no good. The 76ers shooting 43% from the field. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Lowry. Rebound, Milwaukee.
They'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
They set the pick.
Milwaukee foul. Jackson. First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, Milwaukee. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Pass to Bona. Back to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Milwaukee ball.
Bucks leading by 4. Porter looking it over. Portis a screen on Lowry. Porter kicks to Portis. Back to Porter. This one for 3. And it's Bona with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 4.
Bucks foul. Jackson. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Edwards passes to Yabusele. The kick out to Walker. It's rebounded by Portis. Milwaukee has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Sims. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pass to Walker. Walker is screen on Porter. The drive by Lowry. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
And he just uses his body so well off the bounce. Kyle Lowry, he's in complete control right there. And then look at that soft touch.
It's Porter outside. Frames it from beyond the arc. Porter's got 5 points now this quarter.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Milwaukee leading by 7. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Porter. Not enough on that one as it misses. The 76ers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And he dunks it down.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Jackson looking around. There's Green with the 3. Oh, close the buzzer-beating dunk. The third quarter comes to a close. Bucks lead by 5. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. And so in the game for the 76ers, Maxey out there with Paul George. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Oubre in at the small forward.
Love when PG is just aggressive in close, just punishing the rim that time.
Kicks it out to Prince. Buries it from three-point range. And the Bucks lead by 6.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Back to Maxey. Good on the bucket.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Pass to Antetokounmpo. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Yep, that one goes.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's George. Milwaukee with the rebound. Lillard outside. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Lopez, a screen on Maxey. That one falls. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
And George kicks to Drummond. Maxey on the wing. George up top, covered by Giannis. And it goes down 2 points. And that's 17 points for George.
Oh, the turnaround jumper. That was just beautiful.
Lillard outside. Trent setting the pick for Lillard. Trent outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Lopez. And the 3 off target.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Oubre kicks to George. And the shot goes in. George has got 19 points.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Maxey against Lillard. Pass to Prince. Lillard outside. Giannis a screen on Maxey. Here's Giannis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Maxey.
So tough to contain the length of Giannis. When he takes those strides, he's going to make you foul.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Traps in the tray.
Oubre, big time, stepping up, poised in that moment.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Trent outside. Takes it inside. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Andre Drummond picks one up.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Milwaukee.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's been on.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that 3-point line.
So poised in these situations. Love seeing Maxey rise to the occasion and knock that one down.
Down his high post. Working on Drummond. That one's rebounded by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
.116 left here in the fourth quarter. Back to George. 76ers moving the ball around. side, Maxey. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. On the wing, Giannis. Guarded by Embiid. Here's Trent. Just 5 to shoot. Good!
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Another miss by Maxey. And so it's Prince with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. Trent outside. From past the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now it's an 8-point Milwaukee lead. Now the 76ers with it. Maxey, no good. And so the Bucks take the win. A confident win and one where they much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. So for David.
Both teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Tatum a screen on Lillard. White against Lillard. White, the pass to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Tatum draws the double. Holiday from long range. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Tatum against Prince. Driving in, and he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Picked by Prince. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Brown to the paint. It's stolen by Tatum. On the wing, Holiday, defended by Lillard. Pass to Porzingis. Here's White. Back to Porzingis. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Prince.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And with an out-of-this-world wingspan, Giannis can simply lock up just about anyone on the defensive end.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Trent from long range hits the trifecta.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside. And now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. 6 to shoot. Here's Holiday. And he's now 1 for 4 after that one.
Yeah, such a gritty player. Holiday fights for 2 there inside.
Now Lillard. Screen by Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
He drops it from range. Trent's got 6.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time, finding his teammate for the great look.
Porzingis with a screen on Antetokounmpo. They kick it out to Porzingis. Buries it down low.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
All right, let's go to Allie LaForce now, who spoke with Doc Rivers.
The main topic of conversation, how they plan to guard Jason Tatum. We want to try to make Jason a jump shooter. Avoid fouling, don't let him go downhill. But JT will get his, so let's hope we limit him. Well, that's never easy to do, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. White against Lillard. Kick out to Brown. Fires the 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Lillard. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Antetokounmpo. Lillard outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Celtics trail by 7. And here's Brown for three. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Trent. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Give him 8 points now.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Outside, Brown. There's Tatum with the three. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Milwaukee with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They've done well to disrupt the opposition. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the three, the small forward. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Porzingis against Lopez. Lillard outside. Back to Lopez. Let's go with a three. Tatum pulls it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades. And good whistle there.
These are his first free throws of the game. That free throw good from Porzingis. And Stan, they always say, for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Pass to Trent. Antetokounmpo against Tatum. Against contact. Giannis stays strong.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Three-pointer, Holiday. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Bucks leading by 11. And he's going for the lob. Whoa! Antetokounmpo flying.
Throw it up to the rim and let Giannis hammer it home. Never a bad idea.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Yeah, nice fake by Giannis. And as a defender, you just shake your head.
Milwaukee shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Lillard deciding where to go with it. Brown with the steal. Pass to Tatum. Launches it. And again, Boston with the triple.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second. And that one's good. Lillard.
Inside, Lillard can deliver. He's a skilled finisher.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Tatum inside. Antetokounmpo's there. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Lillard outside. To the wing, right side. Antetokounmpo against Tatum. Here's an 8-footer. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. Boston on offense. A big stretch here going. 10-2. And the foul on Brook Lopez. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
1:27 left in the first half. Porzingis with a screen on Lillard. They kick it out to Porzingis. Misses the three. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
14 foul.
The Bucks leading by 5. 1:07 left in the second period. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. White can't hit. The Bucks have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Brown against Prince. For 3. Sends it home from three-point land. And now it's a 10-point Milwaukee lead.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Porzingis misses. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Trent outside. This one for 3. That shot off the mark. And so it's Milwaukee earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Well, now, Mitt, thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. One guy who's been getting it done is Gary Trent.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Taking a look at the Celtics. They've got Luke Cornett. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the power forward position. And Standy went undrafted back in 2021. But Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", boasts good size and plays both ends of the court.
Horford, a screen on Porter. Pritchard, the pass to Cornett. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Porter. Pritchard gets it to go.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Portis finds Jackson. Green with a screen on Craig. Outside, Green. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Sims. And that comes off the assist by Green. Sims has gotten 4 this quarter.
like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit. That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Here's Jackson. He's scoreless. He takes it in. And the dunk by Jackson.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Horford, a screen on Portis. Hauser can't get it to go. The Bucks leading by 12. And here's Green from the arc. He buries it from 3. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Milwaukee. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that.
Hey, it's what every youth coach says. Follow your shot. This is why you do it, for those easy putbacks.
Out to the right wing. Horford passes to Pritchard. The rebound by Sims. Sims has got 5 rebounds tonight. Kicks it out to Jackson. Back to Green. Jackson surveying the D. Drives to the hoop. Good work there as it goes. And the Bucks lead by 21.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Here's Craig. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Craig's got his first bucket in this one.
Simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Cornette with a rebound.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
They set the pick. Takes a 13-footer, and no good.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
There's Jackson with the 3. Drains the triple. Jackson's got 7 points in the game. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Bucks ahead, opening up a huge... Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 22-point lead, the most they've led by. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards, and it's Prince in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. And for Boston, they're shooting only 33%. Not exactly consistent offense. Tatum, good.
With how well Tatum moves, sometimes you forget he's 6'8", but he's got great size, putting it to use down low.
Antetokounmpo finds Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Outside Holiday. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to Lopez. Trent outside. 5 on the clock. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Drills it from deep.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
The Bucks leading by 22. Trent outside. Lopez, the screen on White. Trent, the pass to Lopez. Knocks down the triple.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Holiday passes to Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
And so much power out of Tatum. Look at the elevation.
Lillard passes to Trent. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Brown. The three from Prince. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. White for 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Lillard against Tatum. Takes the 3. Here's Antetokounmpo. Trent on the wing. Brown against Prince. Goes back up. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Jaylen Brown picks one up. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
Three-pointer, Holiday. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter here. Lillard with the ball. Over Porzingis. And the Bucks miss again.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bucks.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And it was a reliably solid performance from one of their key guys. A tremendous game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Outside, Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
Holiday against Lillard. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on them.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
They're on a little run right now, but I'm wondering, where was this energy earlier?
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. So this one belongs to the Bucks. Boy, they were something special to watch. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy.